Oh, Ashley, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Why are you so well?
I don't know.
Oh,
Something in the air. I love this time of year. It's so magical.
it is magical. Fall's kind of like a romantic time of year.
So romantic.
Just like walking through the beautiful leaves changing,
I
your heart
know.
changing. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. There's nothing going on.
There's literally
Nothing you get to know about.
it's gonna be like 20 minutes of an intro of like no words.
No words. I can't even open this eye because I'm laughing. It's like crying.
It's so romantic. By the way,
Yeah.
you haven't taken me on our romantic hike.
It's because we're not lovers.
Every time we try to go, it rains.
Yeah, that was
And then
weird.
it pours. And then we had record-breaking rain the day we were supposed to go on our hike. We pushed it off because it was raining. And then we're like, well, tomorrow we'll go. Then it was record-breaking rain. I don't like walking through mud. We have to go before the leaves change.
I know.
Please.
It's a really pretty time of year in Utah, or really probably anywhere that the leaves change.
I mean, really, if we just... Okay, I've been trying to go back east for a decade. It's never happened. And the whole purpose, I'm like, I want to see the leaves. We got leaves here. I got to make a trip just up the mountain.
Yeah.
Maybe this weekend or something.
There's some really
Drive around.
really pretty places.
Walk around.
Leaves are evidence that change is beautiful.
I feel like I've read that on a shirt somewhere.
I think I read it off of your sign upstairs. Just kidding. I don't know.
Do I have a sign like that upstairs?
I don't know.
You're like, yeah, actually.
Well, Ashley, have you ever heard of the 36 questions that will make you fall in love?
No.
You haven't?
No.
Okay, this is so...
Should I Google this?
Google
Is this true?
this.
36?
Yes.
Let me see. 36. What are they?
Th-
What are the...
30... Are you asking Chat GPT?
I'm asking just Google. Do we not Google anymore? Do we just chat GPT it?
I don't know.
What are the 36 questions that make you fall in love? Is this a joke?
That lead to love. No,
Oh.
it's an actual article.
Oh, Women's Health Mag?
Just ask me a couple, but you're gonna fall in love, but don't.
I'm going to fall in love with you if I ask you these.
This is practice for your future boyfriend.
Okay, let's see. Wow, these are deep. Where do you live? Where do you live?
I live in the land up north.
Wow, I'm in love. You're right. It worked.
Tickled your heart.
It did. It's never mind. That isn't one of the questions. It says, if you're sick of asking these questions, like, where do you live? Where are you from? Okay, that's wrong. I scratched that. Okay. Well, where are they?
They should be on there. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Set 1. There's multiple sets. Given the choice of anyone in the world, whom would you want as a dinner guest?
Whom would I want as a dinner guest?
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you that, and I'll think about it. Who would you want as a dinner guest? By the way,
Anyone?
I got allergies. Yeah.
Can it be Jesus? That'd be cool.
Yeah.
If I could have anyone.
That's a safe answer, but what's like...
Oh. That's
Yeah.
a safe answer?
It can be anyone.
Does it...
It could be Jesus.
Dead or alive? I don't know. He's the only thing coming to mind.
I would like that as well.
Okay. Before making a telephone call, do you ever rehearse what you're going to say?
If I had a crush on someone, I would... We already know I practice making out with my hands.
She's practicing your phone calls. I definitely not. Well, that depends on who, probably. I think if it was... I don't know, though. You can't... How do you rehearse a call when you have no idea what they're going to say?
I think you can kind of plan out. Actually, I studied this a little bit in college.
Mm-hmm.
It's called neurolinguistic programming. I took just like a weekend course on it.
Just a weekend course.
Seems
on
like a big deal.
neurologistics.
I don't know. A lot of people use this in coaching. I don't know the deep dive of it, but it's like a whole language you can speak within the English language. And a lot of times our misunderstandings are because we're not understanding what each other is saying. What was the original question?
What was the original question? It was before making a phone call. Do you practice what you're going to say? Rehearse.
Okay, so in neurolinguistic programming, they have you do this thing called the circle of excellence. You imagine a yellow circle in front of you. And so like if it was a sales call, I would.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. If it was like work related, that was different.
Yeah.
When I did like network marketing type of stuff, I definitely did. But
I have to public speak a lot. So I visualize before I go how I want to feel. And when I do that, it goes way better than if I just show up and I'm like, what am I going to say? You visualize how you want to act in anything you have to perform in. And then you act as though it's happening to you in the moment. And then you know how to show up. Because the number one fear in the world is, do you know?
Public speaking?
Yeah.
I would say it the same. That was always my number one fear. We've already talked about this.
Yeah. So
I said I'm never going to do it. Yeah.
Isn't that so bizarre?
Yeah.
But I think that's where visualization is, or rehearsing is good.
Rehearsing is good.
Yeah. If I have an important phone call, I would. Okay.
How
What's
do we even
another
get on this topic? Okay. Let's see. Oh, here's a good one. If a crystal ball could tell you the truth about yourself, your life, the future, or anything else, what would you want to know? Do you want to know the future? I don't want to know that.
I do not. Okay. Like I bought a business when I was 25.
Yeah.
And I couldn't think about the future or else I would freak out.
Yeah.
I was like, I can only focus on what I need to do right now. And that's how I've done some pretty challenging things is I can't think ahead.
I'm with you on that. And when I look back at certain things in my life, probably the things that developed me the most, if I knew what this was going to be like, what that experience would be like, I don't think I wouldn't have done it. And so I'm glad that I have never known the outcome, because I would have avoided it. I wouldn't have done it. And then I wouldn't have had the experience or all of the knowledge that I gained from having those experiences. So I do not want to know anything about my future.
I think, in fact, when I have had things that I've experienced about my future, I'm like, please don't let me know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't let me know.
So strange. Okay, Ashley, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
When is a time in your life where you had to be really courageous? What's the first thing that popped to your mind?
It was speaking.
Okay. Talk about it.
Well, speaking freaked me out. I'm telling you, like, I felt like it was out of body fear. That's how scared of speaking I used to be.
Wow.
So, and it was weird. And maybe I've already mentioned this, but it actually didn't matter if I was just like in a room with like 10 people. It's like the second everybody's focusing on me, my brain stops firing. I'm like, I have no idea what to say. It's weird. So it took a lot for me to overcome that. Just these like little speaking meetings that I would have to full-blown stages. And it is kind of interesting because it's like it took all of those, what do you say?
Line upon
line. Yeah. To get to that point. But I still had that same fear through all of it. It wasn't like a different level. It was like the same amount of fear in this room. And then I just continued progressing. But
those small and simple things, those little things that led up to speaking in front of a massive group. If those would not have happened, would you have been confident enough to do that?
No, I wouldn't have been confident enough. Also, doing those little things made me progress in all of the different ways because it helped me level up in business, which helped me level up in that industry. So it's like I had to do the scary thing over and over and over again. This is something I knew. Since we're just talking about this, I remember when I first like joined this industry and I would look at the leaders at the top and I'm like, if I want to be like them, I have to do what they do. And I would watch what they did. I'm like, they host all these events and I'm like, well, okay, I have to start doing those types of things. And so even though they scared me, I made sure to be doing all of the things that they were doing because again, you can't achieve a level of success if you're not willing to do exactly what these people were doing. So
wow.
I'm like, if I want to reach that, I literally have to force myself to do the scary things. And I also, it didn't matter. I had scheduled, it was every Wednesday, I had these meetings. And so even if just one person came, I never canceled. So it's something else I committed. I was like, I don't care. Every Wednesday I'd have panic attacks because I, to host these things and I just kept doing it.
That is so amazing. I would tell people that because I've trained over 25, maybe 30 yoga instructors. That's one thing I would suggest people like, you think you're going to walk into a huge classroom. Guess what? I put forth the same energy if I have one student or if I have 50.
Yeah.
Obviously, more people bring more energy, but I want to pour just as much love into one because it's the same amount of time, right? I'm spending an hour of my time contributing. And so do I show up the same for one as I do for 50, as I do for 20,000?
Yeah.
Right?
That's great.
So that's a good principle that you learned. So what made you hold that consistency? Just a desire to grow, or like what was it that made you?
That's what it was. It was just like I knew if I wanted to reach a level, I had to. And then I also wanted to be that example for people because I had a team of people. I couldn't tell them like, hey, you should be doing these things if you want to see success. And then I wasn't doing them. So I felt like it was important for me to kind of walk the walk, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So I had this kind of peculiar experience. We were talking a little bit about what it means to live a life of control versus of freedom.
Mm-hmm.
So where you want someone to basically come save you, or you're trying to control everything, versus you let life be and you happen to life instead of life happening to you, or feeling like you have to micromanage every little detail. Ashley is giving a perfect example of what it's like to live in courage, which is a high power. It's where power is bigger than your body. You can study this in something called Power versus Force. It's by David R. Hawkins. There's a whole chart. In fact, we have one that you can download and print off in our Patreon. And she just gave a perfect example of what it's like to continuously live in courage. That was an amazing example.
Oh, great.
Like a real life one.
Yeah.
It's like those small and simple steps that build to bigger things.
Yes.
I think that's so cool that she's talking about these meetings that she did on Wednesdays, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whether there's 1 or 20, you were still practicing putting yourself out there because you knew if you wanted to reach a certain level, you had to get confident at this.
Yep, I did. Yeah.
Dang.
It was 2 years, literally 2 years of consistency doing that. And then I hit that top level rank almost to the day of my like 2 year of enrolling. And I looked back just like, oh man, I'm so grateful that I stuck with that.
Wow.
The consistency. Cause you see so many people join and then after like 2 or 3 months, they fall off because they lose interest or they're like, I'm not seeing it pay off.
How long were you making the lesser amount?
A long time. I mean, I would say it was almost like the first year. The amount of work I was putting into it was not worth the paycheck I was getting. And then what ended up happening, it was like I did not feel worthy for the paycheck I was getting. It was like, this is paying me way more. I mean, 10 times more than I could even comprehend. So it did, I mean, eventually it felt like, holy cow, I don't even feel like, I don't feel worthy of this kind of income. It was just consistency though, you know?
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a really cool story to me.
Yeah.
How many of us sabotage when we don't think we're worthy of something?
All the time.
Why do you think people do sabotage when, for instance, like you're making all this money and you don't think you're worthy of it? Why is that a thought? I'm unworthy of all this money.
Oh, well, because it's weird when you were doing the same exact thing and earning a certain amount. Like, let's say you're making like $2,000. We'll just use that number. And then all of a sudden you're making $40,000. Can you see how you'd be like, I feel like I should be doing more because this just doesn't feel, it's weird to have that feeling. But also if you don't feel worthy of it, you will blow it because you're going to try to get rid of it as fast as you can because you don't feel worthy of it. So there's a lot of like mental things with money.
Yeah.
That when you're not used to an amount, you will just, you know, there's evidence of this when people win lotteries. They like almost always go bankrupt.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Yes.
It's like $100 million and they end up going bankrupt. How can that even happen?
I don't want to know.
I don't want to know.
But I did have a friend, she told me she and her spouse lived pretty poor and he got through dental school and they started making a lot more money. And she realized, she's like, I built my whole identity off of being this poor couple. And that's like, I actually thrived in that. I liked thinking, how can I scrape by with so little? So then when they had extra, she just kind of was like, I don't even know who I am anymore. And that was something that was really hard, is how do I live and who am I when I'm not in a constant state of struggle anymore?
Wow.
Isn't that bizarre that
you
really have to kind of redefine yourself?
Yeah, you do.
So, God, this is wild that we kind of got on this topic because
I know
we never know where this is going to go.
We never know. We were just like, let's just talk about it.
Yeah, let's just talk about
it. I know.
Okay, I actually think this plays into, I like to write out their declarations in story form, and then you listen to it so you can recreate your life. So you write out down whatever you want to happen spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, as though
It has happened.
it has happened.
It's happening in present tense.
Yes. Last time in the relationship, I have like a bubble in my throat.
I can hear it. I knew it. Get that bubble out.
Get that out. Last time we talked about writing these declarations.
I'm just like picturing like a bullfrog, like a bull.
Well, I guess green doesn't help.
Oh my gosh.
I'm crying.
I have no eyes anymore. Cried them off.
Wow.
What are we talking about? Present tense.
Write things down as though they're happening because
Yeah.
you want to have grooves in your mind so you can accept things when they come.
Yeah. Those help.
So for a while in my life, I kept attracting these guys that wanted me to be their sugar mama because I I owned a gym, you know, and I actually hated it.
Yeah.
Like I don't
heck?
enjoy the math. Like I don't.
You don't want to be the man?
No.
Who? I mean, come on.
I don't.
Ain't nobody want to be the man if you're a woman.
No.
Mm-mm.
No. Yeah, actually my gym was such a weird experience because what I loved about it was teaching yoga and giving people love. And I realized because I did have a boss and I managed it, but I seemed like the owner even then because I was the only one there. When my boss left, I fell apart. It was so hard for me.
Oh.
And he's like, you're basically doing everything anyway. But what he did was take care of the financial stuff. And I got to just be out with the people. I got to just love and talk to people. And our gym memberships grew exponentially. I think it had around 400 when I started, got it up to over 1,200.
You tripled it.
It was a small gym too.
Wow.
So yeah, it was pretty wild. And when he left, I was like, teamwork is so much better.
I mean, look at us. That's why we're doing what we're doing.
Oh yeah, I've tried to do stuff on my own all the time, but it's just so much better to have a team.
It is.
Anyway, once he left, I just was like, I gotta change what I'm looking for because I don't want to be nobody's sugar mama. I need a companion, like someone that could do this with me.
Right.
So now what? Okay, I want to ask you actually another.
What's kind of funny to me is what the heck?
What?
How do we get on what we're getting on?
I have no idea.
How do we get on this love question? Oh, the 36 questions. Like,
I need
what
to
is
pull
your
it up
most
too.
terrible memory? This is going to make you fall in love with someone?
Yeah, it's trauma bond over that one.
What does friendship mean to you? Alternate sharing.
This is the question I actually have for you. So, what qualities do you love about you that are like your dad, and what qualities do you love about you that are like your mom?
Ooh. Okay, these are good. My dad had a very entrepreneurial mindset. He always was thinking like, how could I make more money? I mean, he always had so many ideas too. In fact, he did follow through with one. It was called a swing decatur. It was like this little invention. He had a lot of inventions, but he followed through with this one. It was something to help you with your golf swing. In fact, he had a professional golfer endorse it. It was on like the Golf Channel. So that was really cool. But
Wow.
I definitely feel like I took after him in that way. My mom is like such a hard worker. And when she has her mind set on something, like you cannot stop her. She will go until she gets that thing, you know? And I feel like I got that side of me from her.
Yeah, those are two really good qualities that I notice in you.
Really?
Yeah, that's really cool to see where that kind of comes from.
Yeah.
Actually, both our parents were farm girls, right?
Yes, my mom was raised on a dairy farm.
Same.
Yeah, that's dairy farm?
Dairy farm.
What? Look at us.
Look at it. I didn't even know it was like both dairy farm.
Yeah, it was a Barker Dairy, quality dairy, girl.
And my mom, she had two brothers, but one died when he was 8. And then they were all sisters. Really sad from this is like I lived with my grandma one summer and it changed my life because of my uncle who passed away.
The one that died at 8?
Mm-hmm.
Is this the one you told us a story about your uncle with the one arm, one leg?
It was his brother.
Okay, so this is your mom's brothers. Okay.
Yeah. So she had 3 sisters, 2 brothers, but one died before she was born.
So she never knew this one.
No.
Okay.
And Cleve was just like the most pure-hearted, little boy, he always wanted to be, he would just say, I just want to be like Jesus. That
Oh.
was his phrase always growing up.
Oh my gosh.
And he had a hole in his heart,
Oh.
and it was a long time ago. So he was born in the 1950s. So it was before they did do open heart surgery, but it was still new.
Oh, it was new. Yeah.
So he went to go have a surgery, and this is what traumatized my grandma. Is the night before his surgery, they took him, and he kept saying, please mom, don't go, don't go, like don't go. Like he didn't want to let go of his mom.
Oh my.
So when they were performing the surgery, they had to travel on a train to a new place, and during the surgery his lungs collapsed, and they could not revive him.
Oh my god.
And so he died, and that was very traumatizing to my grandma, especially that like
that's her
don't
last
go,
memory
mom.
with him.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, that's so hard. Oh.
So I went and lived with her, and this was a very peculiar experience. But one day it was after my first year of college, and I was in the process of trying to let someone go, a relationship that I hoped would work out, and it didn't. And so I went and lived with my grandma and worked with my aunt up in Star Valley, Wyoming.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. And I went on a hike one day. There's something called the Star on this mountain, and I didn't know there was a trail to get to the Star, so I just bushwhacked it up to it.
He bushwhacked it.
Like I had cuts all over the place,
Oh, no.
which is significant because I actually had a dream later that was like very similar to this actual experience that just came to me as I said that. That's weird.
Whoa.
So when I was sitting at the Star, I looked over and I saw the graveyard, and I just walked to the graveyard, and that's where my uncle was buried. And I just felt this intense love. Like, I was like, what was guiding me there? So I went home and asked my grandma about it, and we were bawling our eyes out, like wailing, talking about this experience and just how much she's felt Cleve over the years. And, you know, I've always felt like we've had this little protector in our family who passed on, and that's ultimately my uncle. I shared he lost his arm in an auger accident and later his leg, but he believes his angelic brother saved him that day.
Wow.
So why did we start talking about this? Oh, like who were like dairy farmers.
Dairy farmers.
Yeah, so my mom had to work really hard.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. Speaking of a little bit of this experiences, so my grandma, my mom's mom, was married, had her 2 boys, and he very young. It was like 2 and baby. I want to say they were just 2 years apart. And her husband went to work on the 4th of July, and his factory exploded, and he died.
Oh my.
So she's like a single mom to these 2 little boys, and I think she might have been living in Idaho before. Sorry mom if I'm getting this mixed up, but she's now in North Ogden. That's where she meets my grandpa. He marries her and adopts the 2 boys.
Wow.
And then they go on to have 4 girls, which is funny because when you're a farmer, you're like, I need those men, you know?
Yes.
And they only had girls, but you know, he had the 2 older boys. However, these boys are like 20 years older than my mom.
Wow.
So there's a lot of gap there, but
my grandpa's name was Leroyce, and they named my mom Lois, Joyce with an L.
oh,
I know they needed farmhands
yeah,
back then.
they did. So the girls got to work.
Had to foot the bill.
They did. Yeah.
To this day, my mom is the hardest worker also.
Yes.
Like when I meet your mom, I feel that energy.
You saw her here yesterday.
Yes.
She's like, I'm helping you with weeds. Like my mom doesn't stop. Yeah.
Machines.
And she does CrossFit. I mean, she's close to 70 and she's out you just don't stop moving. That's all. That's some good advice, you know?
Yeah. Just keep going.
Yeah.
That's how your dad's mom is. She just keeps
I know.
going.
My dad's mom's almost 92 and she gets around like you. I mean, people run into her all the time. They're like, how is she like driving herself to these stores? And, you know, sometimes she needs help of a walker just because her knees sometimes can give out, but she just gets around. She's like, just don't stop walking. Honestly, it's movement. Something we are always preaching anyway, huh?
Yes. I think it's so cool to recognize these people that have influenced us. Like my grandparents, anytime we would leave their house, they would bawl. They would just cry. And I think they just valued family so much. So I've always been really drawn to make sure that people you know that you love know that you love them.
That's great.
And that's something I took from my grandparents.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just knew we'd all bawl when we'd leave because they just freaking loved us
Oh.
so much, you know? And okay, so when we were talking about the good qualities that you have from your parents, how has that like shaped, I guess like a better question is that with your dad, has that impacted what you want as far as a partner goes?
Yeah, there's a lot of qualities that my dad has that, like, because he had these qualities, I'm like, that's something that I am looking for in a person.
Mm-hmm.
He was just such a great soul, you know? Like the nicest, kindest. He went through the hardest of hard things. He was always suffering, like his whole life. We've already talked about this, but
Did he love his life?
oh, yes, he loved his life. He did. Even through suffering, he did. He fought so hard. In fact, that's why I think he lived as long as he did. He still died at 59. Like, that's so young. He definitely held on for many, many years longer than he should have. Honestly, I look back and I'm like, how did he survive some of this? Did you know him with both of his legs gone? Okay. So before he lost, I want to say, was it his first leg? He got some, I don't know what you even call it. It's called Charcot. It's not a disease. I don't know what it is, but it's basically all of his bones crushed into like a million pieces. It was like, they were just pieces. And so what they did, they put a halo around his leg and his ankle. And it was just like a bunch of rods and pins going all the way through to like fuse them back together. So he had this thing on and he was still doing hardwood floors with this thing. I mean, I don't understand. It's crazy. It miraculously healed. Like the doctors couldn't believe it. It healed. And so then he was in a walking cast and they were like, hey, just like a few more months and you're going to be fine. And the cotton, so he had neuropathy. He couldn't feel his leg. So that was a benefit, I guess. He couldn't feel. He had this cast on and the cotton had slipped. And so when he'd walk on this cast, it was rubbing at his heel and it ate his heel away. So when they removed the cast, they're thinking like, we've had a miracle. Let's take the cast off. And then his heel was just gone. And this caused such a bad infection that he had to chop his leg off. And so it's like, what was the point? Why did he have to go through? It was stuff like that would happen to him all the time.
Wow.
So you're like, why do we see so many miracles just for this to happen, to lose your leg anyway? You know, I think it was his first leg because it was like so hard. Like, oh, he has to actually amputate his leg. And then by the second one, it was like, just cut it off because he was like, I don't want to, why even try? That wasn't worth it, you know, when the next one got infected. So such a bummer. Like, why does stuff like that happen? I don't know.
When I hear about your dad, it's like, oh my.
I know.
I think when you lose things like that, you do value life more in some ways.
You do. Definitely.
Because like, even when I've hurt my wrist or my ankle, it's like, I didn't know how much I loved that thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then also when you have a serious illness, you don't know how much time you have. So you invest in the time that you do.
You do. And that was a huge deal for my dad. And I think all of us did, because all of us were like, we don't know how much time. When somebody gets sick, that's like a huge fear. And so you do notice quality time is just, it's quality time. It's no longer, we all kind of live thinking we have forever with everybody that's around us, and we don't. So when you have these experiences that kind of remind you of that.
So true. Like, invest while you can.
Mm-hmm.
I had this weird dream one time that my whole family was in this long, we were on a lazy river, and there was a guide at the front with a huge staff, and he was pulling us down this river. And off the side of the river were these little memory pools. And every time we would pull up to this memory pool, these memories would pop back of like my childhood. And they always seemed to be like centered around my mom and the love that she gave us. God,
wow.
This is weird. I'm going to cry. Then he would like start pulling us back down the river, and we'd pull up to another one. And it was just this like flood of joyful memories of just this intense love
oh my gosh,
mom would give us. And then by the time we hit the third one, I was just like, oh, this is like my mom is just like, she's so loving. She's so, just added so much to our lives. And then I remember looking back on the boat, and she wasn't with us. In my dream, she had passed on. Okay, I know. And I have never before woken up from a dream bawling. But as I was waking up, this song was going through my mind, and it was like, if tomorrow never comes, will they know how much I love them? And that changed me so much. I was almost like panicked. I almost became a little bit maybe spiritually OCD. Like, do the people I love know that I love them? And that really impacted me. Like, I never wanted to get in fights after that. It was just like, okay, what matters most is love. And then my brother and I in the same year both almost lost our lives. And that also really impacted me. Like, these stupid little fights that we have with people are so insignificant when you're facing life or death. And I think that's what people who have faced that realize, is that when you pass on, it is love. And it's like, you're here to learn. You know, you just wonder, did I leave people loved? That's all I worried about when I was facing life or death, is did I leave people loved?
Oh, wow.
So anyway, I don't even know how we started talking about this.
Well, I don't know either. It's just like one thing leads to the next, but that's a really good reminder.
Oh, your dad being injured. So yeah, I don't know. We just had like these random questions that we felt compelled to kind of ask each other.
No. Today's a Q&A, and we don't know where there is no topic for today.
Yeah, there's not, just questions. What is one decision that changed the entire trajectory of your life, Ashley? That's another question I want to ask.
Ooh. Okay. Well, which time? Because I feel like I have at least 10. I feel like I've lived 10 lifetimes. Honestly, I'm like, oh, this time in my life. Okay. I don't know.
You do have one that popped to your mind, though. What's the first one that popped to your mind?
The partner I chose, like choosing that partner, but also like choosing to separate. Like both of those changed like the direction of my life, you know? Probably choosing like to part. My life right now feels unrecognizable to the life I've lived for the past 20 years. So I feel like I'm on a completely different, like, I don't know where the heck I'm going, but it's fun, you know?
Yeah, it's an adventure.
It's a fun adventure. Yeah.
I think one of those choices I look back on and I'm like, what was the original question actually?
What decision changed the trajectory of your life?
Oh gosh, this is so weird because like Ashley and I talk about our stubborn hearts. Some people know this, but Mitch and I could have met 15 years ago.
Yeah.
We got called to the same mission for our church and he didn't end up going. And I also was being very stubborn. I kept feeling compelled to go and then I wouldn't for a whole year. So if the stars could have aligned, we could have met. But I remember even saying a prayer that I was feeling really compelled to let someone go that I just really thought was my person. And I didn't want to. And even though I finally did, I remember literally praying and saying, even if you send someone, I'll reject it. And that's when I had the feeling that I would be older, when I met my person. So
it's because like you're fighting this. So guess what? Wow.
It's like when you're holding so tightly to something that you believe that you want and you just think this is the best thing ever and you're being compelled to let go. And especially if it's God telling you like, let go. I have something different. I have something. It's not because he wants something worse for you.
No.
He only wants better for you. Was the person I was holding on to a good person? Yes. But
could you even imagine your life with that person though? No?
Not now. I actually had a dream. I was like, why can't I be with this person? And I had a dream that I chose that route and it was dark for me. Like they were fine, but it wasn't fine for me.
Wow.
And in that same dream, I saw myself riding a bike and I didn't know where I was going on a mission at that time, but I did. And I didn't know that I would be riding bikes, but I did. And I still remember riding my bike on that field. So what I'm saying is like, even though I didn't let go, looking like now that I have my spouse in my life, doesn't it seem like we've always been together?
Yeah, it's very strange because I really can't remember you without Mitch. It's weird.
I can hardly remember it either. It seems like he's always been there. And I was like, why was I holding so tightly to this thing that affected me for years? Because I didn't want to let go. And it's like, but then also because of that situation, I have had the most fun experience filled with friendship. I got to do a business for a time, which I would tell girls, family life is way more joyful than a business. Okay. It was fun, but like, I love being married and I love being a bonus mom. And I think if you have the choice, be a mom. And if you don't, be a mom in your business. Like my joy was loving my community, like find ways that you can still nurture in your community. Cause I did have a very joyful life. Anyway, I could have had a totally different path. So even though I didn't choose that path, I had a really good life still, and I filled with friendship.
Yeah. So since you were talking about, you know, like having such a hard time letting go, I know with my personal experience what that was like, but how do you know when God is telling you to let something go versus, and like you're trying to hold on to something? Or why do you think people do that? Why do you think we hold on to maybe relationships that we know, like in our heart of hearts, we know it's not right for us, but we're like, I don't want to, there's a lot of reasons we don't want to start over. It's like, I'm old. Maybe that might be it. It's like, I just don't want to start over. I've already done this. Maybe you've already started over with someone. Maybe you've been divorced and you're in another relationship. And so you're like, the thought of doing this again. So what advice would you have for someone like that?
Well, it's incredibly complex, but I guess experiences that I had knowing if it was from God or not is like, this is kind of weird. If I had a thought and it felt like it would be challenging, but there was a peace with it.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, I was having a lot of fear for a while. And one night I was falling asleep and I had this dream that a spider was coming towards my face. And then I just had the thought wake up and I opened my eyes and there actually was a spider coming towards my face.
Oh my gosh.
And I just squished it and got rid of it, you know? So anyway, I just learned that God will warn me of a danger and it's not terrifying.
Okay.
It was a peaceful wake up.
Has there ever been a time where you've prayed to know the truth about a situation and then you get the truth and then you still choose? It's like, do you know what I'm trying to say?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I had that situation. It was a time that I actually did listen because there were so many times that I didn't listen.
Yeah.
So I used to hold so tightly to things that weren't for me. And it was honestly, I caused my own trauma by not letting go. But I think it's because we want what we can see. We want concrete. And it's hard to believe, oh, could God really have something better suited for me? And I think when you just let go and trust can be hard, but it's always worth it.
It is.
If I knew, think about it. My journey took a long time. I was 35
before you met him.
And that's traumatizing in a Utah culture.
Oh, let me tell you.
People are like, you're too picky, you're too stubborn, you're too this, you're too that. Like, people can say all the things about you. And, you know, it was great. I had a mother that just happened to always stand by my side. And she's like, there's nothing wrong. She just hasn't met her person.
Yeah.
And that was exactly right. Mitch fits so well into my life that
it couldn't have been anyone else.
No.
I
literally can't imagine someone handling me.
handling you.
It's not that, like, my belief was never that I'm not enough. It was that I'm too much. I'm extra.
You're extra.
I'm not extra for Mitch. He's just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. He doesn't always understand me, nor do I, but
that's funny.
Yeah. I'm not too much for him.
You guys are just a great match. Yeah.
Very different, but a great complementary couple.
Very complementary.
Yeah. So you can have someone that complements you in that way. So just, I guess what I'm saying is it's freaking hard to let go.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't know what's coming.
You don't.
But if I could tell myself anything back then, like, I look at the relationship I could have been in, and I was like, that would have been not good for me.
No.
The way my husband understands me, knows me, I'm easy for him to handle. He's very empathic. I don't even have to explain myself to him most of the time. He can just experience me. Like, he just gets me.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have had that.
No.
It would not have been a good time for me.
It wouldn't have. So let's say that someone is in some shoes right now where maybe they're in a relationship, but they're like, in their gut, they know it's the wrong relationship. Maybe it's someone they're dating. What advice would you give to them? Being maybe somebody who has dated and like maybe thought, I'm going to end up with this person, knowing what you know now, like, what advice would you have for them?
Well, one, I just have empathy because it's hard.
It is hard.
But it's worth letting go. I had to let go of someone I thought I would never have to live without. I cried a lot. I cried for years. I am so thankful I let go. I am so thankful for what's in my path right now. I had a knowing if I ended up with this person that we would end up divorced. Okay. There's this person in my life for a long time. And I still had the hardest time letting go, but we were never meant to progress towards marriage. So it was unbelievably painful. And I did let go, and it was hard. And I just would say embrace it, because now I have a long-term partner that is for me, and it was worth that pain. Like I'm just saying it was worth the pain of letting go.
Mm-hmm.
That's hard advice.
It is hard advice. It's not the advice anybody wants to hear either.
I want to hear what you would advise someone.
I think my answer always is trust your gut. You know, I say your gut because that's like where that's where I always feel like when something is off, it's like an actual feeling in there where it like hurts, but mine has never been wrong. Honestly, never. And then especially if you like, you get evidence of something, you're like, oh yeah, well, gosh dang it, my gut was right, you know? You know that image of Jesus holding the bear or the flowers like behind his back, and then the girl, okay, we'll say the bear. So it's like a little girl holding this little teddy bear, and Jesus is like asking, he says, trust me. And then she says, but I love it. Like, why do I want to cry? Stupid. Okay, I don't want to cry.
Just cry.
No, we don't cry over here. I'm done with crying.
I'm over this.
I'm over it. Okay, so yeah, she says, but I love it. She doesn't want to give it to him. But behind his back is this gigantic, huge bear. Like, I have something so much bigger and better and more for you than the thing that you're holding. And it's just that trust of like, hey, I'm going to be empty-handed. That's another thing though. You holding on to something is blocking you from receiving what he has for you. I love that visual because there's like more parts to it. It's like you giving that up. Your hands are now open to receive, you know?
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Wow. That is so beautiful. Like, and it's like, that's your tiny sacrifice leaves room for incredible amounts of blessing. And I will say this. Okay. I don't know, this thought won't leave me. So I don't know how this ties in, but if you're holding on to something in a codependent way, and it's because you're attached to this person emotionally and that it's not actually a great choice, you'll have thoughts like, well, we're supposed to be together. There's just adversity coming against us. I don't believe there's a supposed to. And when someone's saying that to you, oh, we're supposed to be together. No, you're not. I've had that feeling before. That was not a relationship I was supposed to be in. In fact, it would have not been good.
No.
And I had someone that told me we're supposed to be together. That was the most turbulent thing.
Yeah.
Believing, oh, I'm supposed to. No. God lets choice be there, and he will bring someone that when I say equally yoked, it doesn't mean you're exactly the same. It means that your spiritual capacities can grow together. Yeah. And that you can nourish each other into good growth.
Yeah, that is so, I'm glad you shared that. That was so good.
I also think if you don't end up with someone, if you choose what you think you want, those are the situations that can become abusive, in my opinion, because you're not always equally yoked with everyone. Yeah. I'm not placing someone above or below anyone. I'm just saying God knows who you can grow the most with.
I agree.
And you need a partner that you can grow with for whatever it is you're called to do.
I love that.
I don't know if that's good advice or not.
That's great advice. What's that for?
I didn't mean to. I tried to stop my timer.
We're snoozing our alarms over here. We have to set alarms so many times because the cameras automatically shut off at 30 minutes. I thought that this power trick, the cord would help, but no, the camera's still shut off. It's fine. At least they don't die though. Yeah, that was something else. I'm like, I don't want to have to worry about cameras dying mid shot, you know? Today was fun and different. And I was like, we're gonna kind of just do like a Q&A sort of. I like today. It was all over the place, but you never know what you're gonna get.
You never know. Sorry, we had no
We don't even know what we're gonna get. We don't know what we're gonna say.
No. But okay, let me share this one. This might tie it in a little bit. Oh. We talked about living in control versus empowerment. Yeah. Courage is the first line of power in your body. It's a level, what they call empowerment.
Is this from the Power versus Force?
Yes.
Why have I not? Is this a book?
Yes. It is a hard read, but they just test the levels of energy you're holding in your body based off of what emotional state you're in.
Test your energies. Like, what do you mean?
So there's a frequency there's a power that emits off
So
your
they're actually
body.
testing this.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's why grounding is really important. If you put your bare feet on the ground and hold a tree, you emit a lot
Hold
of
a
power.
tree?
I know it sounds so
Hold
weird.
a tree? How do you hold a tree?
Hold on
Oh,
to a tree.
Okay.
It's like recharges your body because you're
What?
connected to the earth. To live in courage is to have empowerment.
Mm-hmm.
I guess my hope is you reflect back on your life like we have been on ours, where we got qualities we did, what we want to develop, that you know that you can take back your power, that you can live in courage and you can try things on. Courage is a way that you have a can-do attitude. It's where you feel empowered. And that leads you to being able to truly live from love instead of trying to control every little thing. You're able to let go, like we talked about letting go. You have to try on courage. And
how would you advise someone to do that?
like you did with your meetings,
Like you know what you got to do and you do it.
just do little things that build up to great things.
Yeah, it is small and simple things.
Ashley challenged me to do 10,000 steps. Well, guess what? I was able to go do a 30-mile backpack trip. And
You wouldn't have been able to had you not started that.
yeah, I didn't actually like train for that. I just maintained 10,000 steps and it made the bigger trek doable.
Wow.
So you did little meetings that led to you speaking, and how many thousands of people were there? 20,000 people.
Yeah.
That's wild.
It is wild. That's a lot.
Also, a thing that stops people, like if you're trying to get out of an unhealthy situation, is the fear of starting over.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of being like, I don't want to start at square one and get to know someone. It's like, oh, I'm excited to. Fear and excitement are the same response in your body.
Yeah.
So, oh, I'm excited to talk to someone new.
Yeah. That's what I would suggest too, because if that's the situation that you find yourself in, I mean, how often I thought I would be with the same person forever, and so now that I find myself in a situation where that's not what's going on in my life, it's like I could choose to just be upset, like I can't believe I have to go do this and have to go meet new people, but how much cooler is it to be like, I get to experience like falling in love. You never think you're going to get that twice in your life. You think once it happens, it's never going to happen again. But that's such an exciting, fun time. So if you kind of just shift your perspective, it will be a completely different experience for you.
Yeah. Instead of being like, oh, I've been through so much with this person.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, when I met Mitch, I was like, everything I'd been through, we could relate on so many very deep levels.
Yeah.
And it was exciting.
Mm-hmm.
And it also felt like he'd always been there. Have you ever had that experience where it's just like, oh, you just kind of fit right in my life?
What do you mean?
I
You're
mean,
so funny.
I think that when you meet someone that's good for you, it's just like, oh, we just flow together.
Yeah.
Conversation flows.
Yep.
I personally think you laugh a lot when someone's right for you. They just bring you joy. Well, what a joy it is.
What a joy.
I don't know what else to say.
I don't either. We're all over the place today, but you're welcome.
Hopefully you got a nugget or two.
Hopefully
We get a nugget.
Hopefully. I thought there was quite a few.
I'm just going to stop talking.
Speaking of, I will stop talking.
That is, okay, this is embarrassing and we can close it. Unless you have something.
We can close.
If I'm comfortable with someone, I'll share anything. And that doesn't mean they're comfortable with me. And I'm like, my ADD, I just overshare sometimes. And I'm like, wow, that made me sound real intense right there.
Oh my gosh. I don't think so.
It's okay. Well, go fight win.
Go fight win. Is that today?
Do you have any other nuggets you want to share?
If I do, then the camera will stop rolling like it has 50 times. So I think we're probably safe to say
over and out.
Over and out. Wait, what's another word? Shalom.
Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Actually, is that Sunday? That's probably
Happy
not
Sabbath.
right either. Happy Sabbath is Tuesday. I don't know. Forget it.
We're over this.
Farewell. All right.
See you later.
We'll see you next week.
Next week.
Okay, bye.